What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka All Fires. Now, guys, I gotta be honest, I'm gonna be completely candid at the beginning of this video in a way I'm not normally. I have been looking at this story for the better part of the last 2 hours, and on one hand, it feels like we really did get the first reveal, the soft launch of our new Black Panther in Damson Idris. On the other hand, it feels like complete synchronicity and not actually a reveal at all, and a complete mountain made out of a molehill, and I am not sure which. Usually it's somewhere in between, but this sort of feels like an all or nothing scenario where you have official MCU actresses dressed up as their characters in the Dora Milaje and Queen Ramonda in a very public setting that they know is being covered by the media, and then walking hand in hand with Damson Idris after not only months of speculation that he was the new Black Panther based on leaked concept art, but also him admitting that he's talked to Marvel about that role very briefly in his most recent interview. We've got to break it down. Was there a soft launch for the new Black Panther? Was it revealed secretly at this fashion show over the weekend? It certainly looks so. We're going to break it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. Thanks to everyone who's been subbing and helped grow the channel. We've actually been growing again at an insane rate, like the best in like 3 or 4 years. Thank you guys so much. If you haven't already and you enjoy the content, whether you've been rocking with us for a while or you're just finding the channel, the best way to support us is to be a subscriber. Plus, it'll enter you for all the giveaways. Just be a sub, leave a comment if you want. Stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, brass tacks, only the facts. You guys decide for yourself. This was not an MCU or Marvel event. Rather, it was the Vogue World 2025 Hollywood event. So basically a fashion show celebrating designers and fashion in Hollywood. Now, in the 6th act of that show, they highlighted Afrofuturism and celebrated the work of Oscar-winning costume designer Ruth E. Carter. She's known for films like School Days, Malcolm X, Sinners, among others. She also designed the costumes for the Dora Milaje, and then Denai Guerrera and Tiana Taylor showed up as cameos in their full Dora Milaje garb. And then it went one step further than that when Angela Basset showed up in her full Queen Ramonda costume, the actual original purple gown that Carter had designed for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Now, what broke the internet was the last part of this, when Angela Basset reappears on the runway and hand in hand walks out with a smiling, or rather beaming, Damson Idris. And because what's sort of been mounting or transpiring over the last 6 months to a year in regards to him being tied to that role, this certainly felt like, given a lot of comments on Reddit seeing the same thing, that this was a sort of sneaky reveal or a soft launch for our brand new T'Challa or Black Panther in the MCU. Now, no, this was not an MCU event. Yes, it did take place very publicly, covered by the media, hosted by Vogue in Hollywood, giving ode to Hollywood and certain designers, but no, it wasn't an MCU event. But for context, we aren't just saying, hey, it must be Damson Idris because he appeared on stage. This has been building up over the last year. It started with industry insiders like Jeff Snyder indicating at the end of 2024 that Marvel Studios had started to approach actors about possibly being cast as the new T'Challa or T'Challa's son, a grown-up T'Song. And at the time, on a small list of names, it started to be speculated that one of them was Damson Idris. Then there was the leaked concept art, which the Russos have claimed is not theirs for Avengers Secret Wars, but was posted by accident by an official Marvel artist with keyframes of Black Panther standing outside of Wakanda without his mask, and it was most certainly an artistic impression of Damson Idris. Then, in his most recent interview from just months ago, when asked point blank live on a morning show whether or not he had talked to Marvel about the role of Black Panther, he smiled, sort of looked down at the ground, and then quickly said, "Yes, no," as in saying, yes, I have, but no, I can't talk about it, and he left it at that. So this brings us right back to where we were at the beginning of the prologue. Sometimes I usually can get a read on this and at least want to give you guys my opinion whether or not I think this was an actual sneaky reveal or just ultimate synchronicity where you happen to have a Black Panther moment now with an actor who happens to be rumored to be playing the new Black Panther, just being in the right place at the right time, doing this, making it look that way. But man, that is a lot of boxes to check. That is a lot of things to line up in order for this to have that appearance without actually being that. And I thought about it, and it's possible it's both things at once. Look, Ryan Coogler has already announced he's working on Black Panther 3. The inclusion of Denzel Washington was a huge, huge announcement. And we assume that at some rate we're going to get a new Black Panther in the MCU. If Kevin Feige has admitted that eventually they got to recast Tony Stark and Steve Rogers anyway, look, I agree in the sentiment, and at the time Marvel Studios being looked like, well, we cannot replace Chadwick Boseman, we don't even want to try, and I get it, but really there was a large part of the fan base who wants another Black Panther. And if you guys know anything about Secret Wars, it's Black Panther with the Infinity Gauntlet leading a horde of Marvel zombies against God Emperor Doom. He's the man. We were always going to need another Black Panther, and I think with Black Panther 3 being confirmed on the horizon, of course they would have started thinking about who the new Black Panther lead would be. That's something Ryan Coogler probably would have wanted to figure out early in the game. So where I'm saying sometimes we get these leaks and these rumors about plots and castings, especially like we were last year for the X-Men, and I was saying, look, they don't even have a director. It's way too early to be hearing these kinds of reports, or we'll get a plot leak for the end of Avengers Doomsday when we knew the script wasn't even finished. Like, sometimes it just doesn't line up. In this case though, with the movie being confirmed to be in pre-production, with the scripting already having started, knowing Ryan Coogler is actively writing the story, surely they have narrowed down who's going to be the new T'Challa or Toussaint, T'Challa's son. Either way, that's something that would have been figured out already. And so maybe this isn't meant to be a reveal of any kind. Again, just right time, right place. Damson Idris is there. Hey, we're going to be working together. Everyone knows, at least internally, he's the new Black Panther. Angela Basset knows it, so she's like, hey, why don't we walk down the runway now together? He wasn't in costume or anything like that. Let's just do it. But it's not meant to be a reveal, but it actually is. And I think this may be that case where, yeah, it's a little sneaky because they know, and maybe we know they know, but we're not supposed to know, and it's something that probably won't be revealed in any time soon. I do believe, though, if they are recasting him as Toussaint, a grown-up version of T'Challa's son, and we are going to see him during the end of the Multiverse Saga, this is one of those things that they wouldn't announce in a sort of new cast round of announcements. I think they would probably hold this one, like some others, till we actually get to the film, because, well, it'll have a lot of power when the reveal happens, especially if we don't know it going in that we're about to see it grown up T'Challa. He could also be playing a T'Challa variant from somewhere across the multiverse, and with Secret Wars being the new beginning that Kevin Feige has indicated it might be, when they rewrite into singular timelines, they could just as easily take a variant from somewhere and put him in the 616, but with setting up T'Challa's son, I don't think that they would want to steer out of that storyline. It seems like we're obviously going to get that same bloodline, his son, taking up the mantle in the 616. You guys let me know all your thoughts down below, though. I am all ears, as always. How you feel about any and all of this. Was this a reveal or not? What do you think? Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Still giving away PlayStation 5s and other giveaways throughout the holiday season. Just be a sub, leave a comment down below, because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here, live with my voice and the winning comment shown on screen when there is one. So please be safe and vigilant across YouTube, and if you should ever get any spam, just report it directly to YouTube. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. Find me on all other platforms with original music under the name Allfires. Catch my band live in the greater Tampa area on November 15th. Link to tickets down in the description and comments. I will see you guys there, or I'll see you in the next one. Peace.